Good morning, I'm Amar Singh Pradhan. Let's begin with the top stories this hour. Dasai celebration continues as Dasai revelers receive Tika on the second day of Vijaya Dasami today. The government falls on its promise of delivering Melamchi drinking water. This Dasai project suffers due to contractors' negligence. The annual Dasahara festival ends in tragedy in the Indian city of Amritsar. At least 60 people killed in a train tragedy. And Alaves climbs to the top of Spanish La Liga, defeating Celta Vigo 1-0. Serbian Luka Jovic becomes the first player to score 5 goals in a single Bundesliga match. Dasai revelers have continued to receive Tika today, a day after the Tika day yesterday. People who were not able to receive Tika on the Tika day yesterday are seen visiting their relatives to receive Tika today. Nepalese have a customary practice of receiving Tika until the full moon day this week. People receive Jamra or barley suits and Tika as blessings from goddess Durga. Jamra represents prosperity, while Tika stands for victory of good over evil in Nepalese culture. Big family get-togethers are organized during Dasai as revelers indulge in merrymaking by having delicacies, playing cards, flying kites and playing traditional swings. The 10th and main day of Dasai, Vijaya Dasami, was observed with a lot of fervor across the country yesterday. The day was celebrated by receiving Tika and Jamra as blessings from elders. The worshipping of different forms of goddess Durga over 9 days concluded on the day of Vijaya Dasami yesterday. Elders put the Tika and Jamra on the forehead of younger relatives to bless them with abundance and well-being in the upcoming years. The Tika is observed for 5 days till Kozagrat Purnima or the full moon day this week, during which period families and relatives visit each other to exchange blessings, gifts and Dasai greetings. Meanwhile, the Vice President, Prime Minister, Ministers and General Public received Tika and Jamra from the President Vidya Devi Bhandari yesterday. President Bhandari blessed Vice President Nanda Bahadur Pun, Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli and his wife Radhika Sakya with Tika and Jamra on the occasion of Vijaya Dasami at an event held at the President's official residence, Sital Niwas, yesterday. Likewise, Speaker of the Parliament, Krishna Bahadur Maharaj, Deputy Prime Minister and Defence Minister Ishwar Pokhrel, Chief of Army Purna Chandra Thapa and Inspector General of Police Sarvendra Khanal were also among those who received Tika from the President yesterday. Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli also hosted a Tika program at Balwatar yesterday, where ministers, lawmakers and Chief of Police received Tika from the Prime Minister. All state officials take the oath of office and secrecy during their appointment, which means they are bound to keep the state information they receive to themselves while holding office and after the end of their tenure. However, due to the lack of specific criteria, these officials do not know the limit of information they can or cannot disclose. Taking advantage of the situation, several officials who have served in important state bodies have released autobiographies that include confidential information. Former Chief Justice Sushila Kharki and former Nepal Police Chief Achyut Krishna Kharel released their autobiographies this month, disclosing confidential information of their respective institutions. Several years ago, former Chief of Army Rukh Mangat Katwal had published an autobiography where he claims to have encircled the Prime Minister's secretariat and personal residence with the Army. Many democratic nations prohibit army, police and court officials from publishing books that threaten the state's secrecy or for a certain amount of time. However, since Nepal does not have such laws, key figures have been taking advantage of the scenario. Many have also taken this trend as a trade of information for personal benefits. Welcome back. The government has yet again failed to deliver the Melamchi drinking water project this Dasai as well. Based on the government's commitment, the project was supposed to start operating last Dasai onwards. However, it still seems a far cry as the project's completion is not yet certain. As part of the project, a 27.7 kilometer long tunnel was constructed 6 months ago. However, its escarping has not taken momentum and it is estimated to take around 2 additional months now for its completion. The public have been suffering suffocating to dust in summer and mud in monsoon due to damaged and unattended roads that were dug to install pipes. This has been largely blamed on the negligence on behalf of the project's contractors. The capital residents have been suffering due to scarcity of drinking water for a long time now. Many parties and leaders use the very problem as the election agenda as well, but have failed to deliver so far. The administration publishes on the project's update every now and then. However, the public trust has been fading every time. It is mandatory for foreign trekkers going to mountainous regions of Nepal to take a guide and a porter along with them. The government had issued the directive a month ago with an intention to ensure the travelers' comfort and security and also to generate employment opportunities for local guides and porters. However, its implementation has so far seemed feeble. Following the directive, Trekking Agencies Association of Nepal and Nepal Tourism Board have the provision to distribute what they call team cards to tourists for certain fees that assures they have a guide and a porter for their trip. However, Nepal Tourism Board has been found distributing these team cards without the assurance. This has directly affected the number of employment opportunities in this sector. The Department of Tourism has said there are several practical complications in implementing the directive. The department is also preparing to scrap the team card provision and has said it would implement the compulsory guide and porter plan next year onwards. The directive was issued considering the number of deaths of many international and national trekkers in the Annapurna circuit as a result of the extremely severe cyclonic storm Hudhud in 2014. However, the Tourism Board's failure in implementing the directive raises a question if the board is not as serious about the safety of the visitors. And now time for international update. At least 60 people were killed and 100 others injured after a train ran into a crowd near Amritsar in India's northern Punjab state yesterday. The victims were standing on the railway tracks watching celebrations for Dussehra. They did not hear the train approach as they watched a firecracker-filled effigy of demon king Ravana burn. Children are said to be among the dead. Spectators were watching the effigy burn and a fireworks display when many started moving towards the railway tracks a short distance away. According to eyewitnesses, many on the tracks were busy filming the festivities on their phones and did not notice the train approaching at high speed. The train that hit the crowds was traveling from Jalandhar to Amritsar. Prime Minister Narendra Modi described the incident as heart-wrenching. There are fears that the death toll will rise further. Saudi Arabia has confirmed the death of missing Saudi journalist and Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi, claiming he died in a fistfight at the country's consulate in Istanbul. An announcement carried on Saudi state TV said that discussions between Khashoggi and officials at the consulate quickly turned violent and ended in his death. Following the incident, 5 high-ranking officials have been removed from their post, including the deputy head of the Saudi intelligence service, and 18 Saudis have been detained. Khashoggi disappeared after going to the Saudi Arabian consulate in Istanbul on October 2nd to obtain paperwork to marry his Turkish fiancée. US President Donald Trump said that what happened was unacceptable, but Saudi Arabia was a great ally. The Saudis have set up a commission led by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and that will restructure the Saudi General Intelligence Directorate and will have 1 month to release a report. Nepalese have been celebrating the Vijaya Dasami with a lot of fanfare across the country. Nepalese, especially Hindus, have been celebrating the festival by receiving tika and blessings from the elders. In this context, we asked the locals of Udaipur about the blessings they received and gave to the younger ones. Let's take a look at what they have to say.
Public voice.
मान्यजनहरुबाट सुख समृद्धि राम्रो होस् भन्ने आशीर्वाद लियो आफूभन्दा सानालाई पनि राम्रो गर ठुलालाई आदर गर सानालाई माया गर यही त हो दशैंको आशीर्वादहरु
राम्रो गर्नु राम्ररी अब आशीर्वाद दिनुभयो हामीहरुलाई ठुलो मान्छेले बाबुहरुलाई चाहिँ मैले अब धेरै पढ्नु ज्ञानी हुनु बाबा मम्मीले भनेको मान्नु भनेर आशीर्वाद दिए
ठुलो मान्छे हैन राम्रो मान्छे बन्नु
भनेर उहाँले आशीर्वाद दिनुहुन्थ्यो सानैदेखि मलाई दिएको हुन्थ्यो अहिले मेरो बुवा 84 वर्ष पुग्नुभयो
रोग व्याध नलागोस् मान सम्मान बढोस् इज्जत प्रतिष्ठा बढोस् राम्रो समाजमा राम्रो होस् भन्ने खालको हामीले चाहिँ आशिष दियो
नेपालीहरूको महान चाड हो यसको उपलक्ष्यमा शुभकामना आदान प्रदान भयो सुस्वास्थ्य तथा दीर्घायुको कामना गरियो
गरिखा हैन राम्रो होस् भनेर सधैँ अब सुख शान्तिसँग हैन बित्योस् समृद्धि होस् अब ठुलो हुन् इमानदारी हुन् हैन आयु बढोस् यस्तै अब बुढापाकाहरूले दिने आशिष त यस्तै हो नि म अब सानोलाई पनि के भन्छु भने यस्तै अब उनीहरूले आफ्नो खुट्टामा उभियोस् राम्रो होस् सक्षम होस्
And now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, what should be done to preserve Nepal's cultural street festivals? Your options are A, additional support from the government, and B, initiative from the community. The voting for the question is on. Tap any WS, select your option A or B and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And now time for sports update.
Sports news.
It is often said that age is just a number. The saying is applicable none better than that to athlete Kanchi Kozu. Many athletes retire from their professional sporting career at the age of 37. However, Kanchi Kozu is in her prime at this age. Kozu currently holds 4 national records in 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers and full marathon. Despite numerous challenges in her career, she never gave up the fight to achieve the success she deserved. Kathmandu Marathon was Kanchi Kozu's recent win. Many did not believe that Kozu had turned 37 when she completed the marathon in 2 hours, 50 minutes and 41 seconds. She also improved her previous national record by 5 minutes and 17 seconds. 8 years were very challenging in Kozu's life when she was illicitly working in Japan for 7 months when she had reached there to participate at the World Athletics Championship. However, it took her just 7 months to realize her mistake. Following her return to Nepal, she was suspended for 2 years. Despite the ban, she did not hang up her boots but made an excellent comeback. The question she now faces often is regarding her retirement. Kozu, who represents Armed Police Force professionally, however, is discontent regarding the sport not being prioritized by her native Bhaktapur municipality. And those were our latest headlines. Keep watching Kantipur Television SD for more news and entertainment. Good day.